In the last video, I would have said that annual income at 10 million Japanese yen would be the highest happiness, but recently some studies shown that after a certain income level, which usually enough to cover comfortable living and some wants, more money has only a small effect on happiness. Why? Because happiness also comes from relationships, health, purpose, and mindset, things that money cannot directly buy. The true happiness is often less about having more and more about noticing, appreciating more. It's an expanding capacity, not a number you can max out. If you want, I can suggest practice exercise or ideas to explore how to expand your personal happiness over time. But today's video is not intended to prove you that less money leads you to happiness. Today, I'm going to show you the big 4 crises of your life. In order to fully understand the mechanism of happiness, you need to go through 4 broad types of life's crisis. When you run into one of these, your money helps you to resolve your issue. Let's break it down and check each attribute up here. First things first. The first one is bachelor crisis. What is that supposed to mean? The bachelor crisis isn't often the official psychological term, but it usually refers to the emotional or identity struggles some people face when they remain single for a long time, often into their 30s, 40s, or beyond. You feel isolated when your friends are married or they have families. You feel tremendous amount of pressure as you get questioned from your family, friends, or society about why you are still single. Are you gonna be a single forever? No, really. I personally feel that way when I spend time alone on weekends. I don't have anyone else but my sister even talk together via line. I recently started my new hobbies and have fun doing some social activities like bouldering, tennis, or even the drinking party with my good company folks. But it doesn't mean I have my soulmates, you know. There is no one else but me when doing my households in my apartment, and there is no one who I can even ask for help when I have an emergency. When I got sick of gout attack last week, no one helped me actually. Yeah, I gotta do something all for myself. In the darkness of my room, I ask myself what the hell I am doing alone. I still enjoying the freedom of bachelor life, but questioning whether it is ultimately fulfilling. It sounds sad, but I guess a lot of people, especially men, feeling the same way as I do. Why does that happen? Because I don't have enough money. I'm poor. If you get questioned like whether married or unmarried people are happier, you don't really have one size fits all answers. There must be controversial opinion, and it depends on many factors including personality, culture, relationship quality, and life goals, for example. But overall, large-scale studies show that married people tend to report slightly higher levels of happiness and well-being than unmarried people. First things first. The quality of the relationship matters the most. Of course, being in a bad marriage is often whether for happiness than being single, and simply happier people are more likely to get married in the first place. I believe it makes sense, yeah. And then single people with strong social networks, job, career, and hobbies can just be as happy or happier than those in mediocre marriages. So we don't really have perfect answer about whether married or unmarried people are happier. Better yet, the quality of marriage matters more than material status. A happy marriage strongly correlates with a better mental health, lower stress, and lower life, whereas unhappy marriage can often lead to depression, anxiety, and lower overall well-being, which is sometimes worse than being single. Happiness isn't all about being married or unmarried, but it's about living in alignment with your values, growing relationships, and creating meanings in your life. A greater marriage can enhance happiness, but a fulfilling single life can be just as joyful. That's my personal opinions, and that applies to my life for sure. Here, I want you to take it into a deeper consideration for your life partner. Choosing a life partner is one of the biggest decisions anyone can make. While preferences vary by individuals, there are some widely valued traits and conditions that tend to predict healthy, lasting, and happy relationships. Here are some to consider when evaluating a future husband or wife of you, okay? Whatever matching applications you utilize or however you find your partner, what is the most important factor for you in finding a life partner? I believe it should be money. Money should always come out first. In Japan, when single people turn into late 30s or early 40s, they are less likely to have a chance to get married. You know why? Because most of them couldn't grow up marriage hunting. Of course, beautiful, cute, attractive, and young girls get approached by a lot of stray dogs like men sniffing around the down street and hitting on them all the time. That's called nampa, but in Japanese, by the way. Cute girls can select best of the best men and get married to the richest man. But if those girls are bitches, which man wants to get married to her? No. So those negative factors prevent them from being married. Come on. Yeah, there's no perfect matchmaking unless you have money. I want you to not to misunderstand what I mean, folks. I'm not a sneaky person, but I'm straightforward. Yeah, here, let me make it in a simple word. Money is not everything, but we need money for everything. Money cannot make you happy, but it can keep away from unhappiness. Those things are my philosophy, folks. And I'm pretty sure you know it. It doesn't matter when there's a big mismatch in financial expectations or habits. Both need to be aligned on how to manage money. I'm not really feeling like I want to be married, but only if I had money, probably, yeah, I would think about it. Probably I start looking for a life partner for sure. Well, people might say you are intoxicated with money and you are so crazy about money, but money plays a big role in the stability and quality of married life. Before you get married, you have a lot of expenses, like a wedding ceremony can be expensive, a honeymoon trip in Europe, pre-wedding photo shot, legal and administrative costs are also huge burden of your expenses for sure. Once you meet a budget for planning wedding related expenses, what's next? Money problems are always one of the top causes of conflict and divorces. It allows couples to focus on building their relationship instead of just surviving. After you get married, you have the next crisis, which is postpartum crisis. What is that supposed to mean? It refers to a relationship turmoil that can occur after a childbirth, especially within a year. It's not a formal medical term, but it's commonly used to describe a serious challenge that a new mom has to face during the postpartum period. What does that mean? Many couples with low income tend to have sharp decline in relationship satisfaction after having a baby. I broke it down into some factors here. Imbalancing in parenting duties, lack of intimacy or communications, financial stress, and loss of personal freedom can trigger a sense of crisis. However, only if you had enough money, you could get almost all issues to resolve. In Japan, married couples do not make too much money on average as compared to overseas couples do, because Japanese growth rate over the past 30 years remained the same or relatively lower. While the economical growth rate sparks, the salary for young generation somehow stays low. The cost of living is getting high. They keep paying housing rent at high interest rates. Educational intuition is of course inflated as well. So those under this imbalancing situation, how the hell could people have a happy marriage without money? Married people do not feel that way because they don't have kids. Married couple are not always happy when they have kids like 2, 3 or more than 4. The more kids they have, the unhappier they are. In Japan, people like me have recognized that, oh, that's right, I don't have to have many kids. Raising a baby is too much work. One of my coworkers were back to work from a maternity leave a couple of months ago, but yeah, she applied for child care leave again. And you know what? She was saying, I got sleepless. Within a few hours, my baby starts crying over a night. I have to care for my baby for 24 hours a day. That's too sad. Yeah, if you put yourself in a situation, however, yeah, most of you do not want to do apparently, but by caring less, you can reduce the amount of stress and anxiety in your life. This can help you feel more relaxed and at ease, which can have a positive impact on your mental or physical health. When you are married, your family and friends and or people around you celebrate on your new baby. But once you guys go through child care, the husband gives up raising a baby, and you know he goes back goes back to work as hell or run away from his family. If he's responsible, of course, a wife has to do the rest of the things like too much household and paying a bill and child education all for herself. That sounds crazy, right? In Japan, even basic living cost is getting so expensive, like clothing, food, housing add up so quickly. A wife herself cannot afford for it. Many Japanese parents tend to work long hours, often with little flexibility, and moms are often expected to take on a majority of parenting duties, leading to burnout. Especially a single mother feels financial pressure if her husband gives it away, and only if only one parent is working. When that happened, the couple, especially mom side, would most likely sacrifice time with their children. How could you say they are happy? Public childcare availability is limited, especially urban area, and the long waiting list for daycare increases stress. No one supports every single family of yours. I've seen a lot of families in Tokyo, and they try to live out of town, maybe 1 or 2 away from urban Tokyo, because they can't live in a small apartment. The housing rate is super expensive, that's why. The central Tokyo area is so crowded, and managing multiple children in tight space is stressful. So people, large family goes away from Tokyo and start living in a local town and work remotely if applicable. After the postpartum period is over, many husbands in Japan feel less happy with many children because children are not loved, but because the system and the society are not designed to support a large family easily. The emotional joy of parenting gets overweighted by financial and lifestyle stress. What the hell are we supposed to go through with the postpartum period? Money helps you. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for watching my YouTube channel. If you find my video useful, please don't forget to subscribe for more updates. I really wish you to stay tuned and stay connected to my community. It's all free, and if you put a comment down below, I reply you back ASAP. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next session.